Special. This is Jennifer Bagley. Good morning, everyone. I appreciate you joining today's 12-step roadmap training. Today we're going to be talking about on-page SEO. I went ahead and started the recording. All of these trainings are recorded, and you do get these in a later newsletter. So if you're unable to attend, that's no problem. You'll get the recording in the newsletter, or you can always check them out by going to 12steproadmap.com/webinars. Which is right here. Everything's sorted into 12 different areas: strategy, content, websites, branding, video marketing, mobile apps, social media, SEO, email, CRM, local, and PPC, which I probably won't get to this year until the very last section of the year. However, today we're going to talk through on-page SEO. Last week we went through email marketing strategies designed to improve your SEO, as well as increase customer referrals, retention, and reactivation of old prospects as well. Really, when it comes down to SEO, the very first thing is identifying what your primary key phrases are. So I see we've got O'Brien on the call. I'm going to pull up o'brienservice.com, and we'll use this as an example. I'm going to go into our Moz campaign for O'Brien as well, and we'll go ahead and pull up O'Brien's, and we'll go into rankings. So first things first, everybody has a list of products and services that they want to focus on. Depending on your type of organization, if you're a nonprofit, it may be gaining sponsors, it may be events. If you are a service provider, it may be a series of different services. The goal is to identify what those primary services are, set a plan, go after that plan, and then continue to expand and increase your strength as you make progress. So for example, for O'Brien's a heating and air conditioning company located in Wilmington, North Carolina, and we're going to go through their primary products / services. So if you're in, really you can break out the O'Brien's program into generic search phrases. So a generic search phrase may be HVAC, Wilmington, North Carolina. Maybe heating company, Wilmington, North Carolina. Heating contractor, AC company, HVAC company, HVAC contractor. So you have variations that are top level search phrases, which are the most generic for your business. And then you want to break down your variations. I guess I need to share my screen. There we go. Okay, so now you see my screen. So, for example, secondary key phrases in the HVAC environment would be heating, and then you have your variations. So installation, repair, maintenance, service, warranty, possibly FAQs. Break down another secondary search, which would be air conditioning. Air conditioning can be broke down into installation, repair, maintenance, systems. So we have some opportunity on this site to increase our page count and our search phrases for some additional variations that are not currently on here. Right now we have air conditioning, installation, and maintenance, but also you have an opportunity for systems, such as AC systems. You also could go a little bit more refined into ductless HVAC systems or ductless air conditioning units and so forth. Under air quality solutions, the variations are air filtration, air dehumidifiers, zone control systems, UV, and so forth, indoor air quality, and then you could break down services and so forth. So without overcomplicating this, we want to make sure that we're prioritizing. And prioritization is your primaries first. What categories should your business fit into? What subcategories should your business fit into? And then what subcategories should your business fit into? And then outside of that, we should also switch gears and go into questions, which would be an FAQ or resources or Q&A that happens regarding each one of those services. And that's really the strength behind your SEO program. So primary category, subcategory, subcategory, which are the variations for that key phrase. And then what are the questions? What are the top 10 questions your customers or prospects are asking you regarding each one of those? What are their objections? What are their concerns? And those are really where we get into blog content. That's supportive content that's going to have a lot of impact on the weight and the power of each of those phrases. So for example, for O'Brien, we'll go down. The first key phrases that they chose to go after were primaries. So HVAC, AC repair, air conditioning, heating and air conditioning, heating and cooling, air conditioning repair, air conditioning service, heating repair. And of course, this is a geo-based company with geo-based key phrases, so everything's by location. As you can see, O'Brien is in a position number 1 for each one of these, and it's page 1, position 1. When you look at rank, rank is by number. Just to make sure that we're clear on this, when you go to Google and you search for a particular phrase, you have 10 listings on that page that are organic. So these first ones up here are paid ads. The one on the right-hand side are paid ads, and then you get into organic. So O'Brien is sitting in position 1, page 1 for that particular phrase. Then you'll get into additional organic. So depending on how the page lays out, sometimes your Google business listings are going to be above organic. Sometimes they're below. Depends on each individual search. So what your goal should be is to get into a page 1, position 1 listing for your primary or your chosen key phrases. So as you see, O'Brien's here, and then we have 2 additional ones. Then we go into Google Maps, which is Google business accounts, and that can be managed through my business listings, my Google business listings, if you just Google that. And then we go down to everything below the fold, which is your the rest of those phrases. So we have 3 listings on top, and there's 10 total. So if your rank was a 29, that means that you are on page 2, position 9. If your rank was a 13, that means you're on page 2, position 3. So here we're page 1, because it's a 1, we're page 1, position 1. Now, O'Brien has opportunities. One of the things I would recommend is start adding additional key phrases to your program and really focus on what those pages are. Now, O'Brien's site, we were able to get their home page. So you'll see over here on the right-hand side that you have a URL, and that URL is the home page of their site, which their home page is on page 1, position 1 of Google for every phrase. So we have some opportunities. The first opportunity is to figure out which of their pages they already have content for. A lot of times in SEO, one of the things that's neglected is going back and looking at existing content and improving those pages. So if we're not currently ranking for heating installation, and I'm not sure, that's not one of their phrases that's in their plan, but let's go see what the rank is for that. And this is what you can do on your own. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this phrase, because they're also here. I'm going to add key phrase over here. I'm going to add this. I'm going to select the thing. I'm going to add a label that says not in plan, but we're monitoring it. So I'm going to add this. Go over here, select the label, not in plan, add key phrases. I'm going to go back to O'Brien's site. I'm going to look for heating system maintenance. This is going to be next, and we're just going to check all of the existing pages on the site to see what's working, what's not working, in case there's an opportunity for improvement. So we'll go heating system maintenance, and they're on page 1, position 1. We'll go back over here, add it to their list, not in plan, we're just monitoring. Go back to O'Brien. We'll go to, no, I don't think people are going to look for heating tips as much. We'll come back to their FAQs though. Next, I'm just going to check heat pumps. Go into here, search, and we're going to search for heat pumps, and O'Brien is position 3, page 1, right below Mitsubishi's HVAC website, which is MEHVAC. This is a really good position. However, I would love to see them beat out RJ's Heating and Air, and I would love to see them beat out Mitsubishi as well. So we'll go heat pumps. We're going to drop this over here. We're going to choose not in plan, but we're monitoring. Go back to the site and let's go through air conditioning installation. Let's see, what do we have already? We have air conditioning repair, air conditioning service. We do not have installation. So let's go look at for air conditioning installation, and they are page 1, position 1 as well. O'Brien, I'm going to need you to not do so well so that I have something to actually train on, but this I will be quiet about that. Okay, let's see here. So we have air conditioning maintenance. Let's see, do we have? We don't, so let's switch over here. We'll look at maintenance, and they are page 1, position 1 as well. Select, not in plan, monitoring. All right, let me just go systems. Okay, Jesus, I'm gonna have to give our guys a raise. So a lot of times, obviously when we first build a website, they're optimizing all of your pages. And then on an ongoing basis, they perform off-page optimization on pages that are inside your plan. So this is just from the initial optimization that was done. Let's see here. Let me switch. I don't see anything for ductless. So let me just look for ductless. Yay. Not yay for you. I'm sorry. But you're still on page 1, but you're in a position 10 spot. So if I was to go here, I'm going to drop this into not in plan, monitoring. You have one you can work on. So HVAC, Mitsubishi is on page 4, or excuse me, position 4. You guys are on position 10. So that's something I would definitely work on, which means, Meredith, for you, if this is something you guys want to move forward with, then the first thing you would do is create one page for ductless, and we'll drop that into the navigation if that's something you guys want to concentrate on. Let's go try air quality. And you have another one that has a good opportunity. So let me actually put an air quality test, since that's something that people are looking for. And there's another opportunity. Awesome. I love finding this because this gives you finally an opportunity to take a primary key phrase, be able to create the content, optimize that content, and so forth. I see a couple competitors I know we've talked about on here as well. So you guys are not in the first 5 pages for this. I'm going to drop it on here. Even though it's not in plan, it would be something that is great for you to operate, or excuse me, to create a page of content for. All right, so I'm going to go back to O'Brien, and I'm actually going to log into the back of their site. And then I'm also going to pull up a website we've got going live this week for another HVAC company, Air Care, and give you kind of the something to compare it against. So for this particular client, we have a lot larger keyword selection that they have included in plan. So I want you to look at the variations, and this is a great site to use as an example. So their primaries are air conditioning, heating, ductless, indoor air quality. Excuse me, their primaries are HVAC company, HVAC contractor, HVAC services, and so forth. Their secondaries are air conditioning, heating, ductless, indoor air quality, residential services, commercial HVAC, and different HVAC products. Their third level is going to be their variations. So you're going to have air conditioning installation, air conditioning repair, air conditioning maintenance, air conditioning warranty, Air conditioners and heat pumps will go down. Heating, heating furnace installation, heating furnace repair, heating furnace maintenance, heating furnace warranties, air handlers, and so forth. Same thing. So in every business, this is the groupings that you need to create for your particular business, and it's very important. 1 page per thought. 1 page per thought. When we first started this for most of our HVAC contractors, what we noticed is they have pages called Our Services. And under Our Services, actually, I just got off the phone. I cannot remember their website address. Anyway, the worst pages you typically have on a website are going to be Our Services and FAQ and Resources, depending on how you create those pages. So if you do not have 1 page per service, then you're probably not going to be able to optimize for those particular pages. Now, for O'Brien, if we're in the back of their website, we can go to pages and we can look by pages, and you'll see green arrows on their most optimized page. You'll see green lights, which means they've been optimized properly. Now you may see red lights or orange lights, and typically this means that the SEO is not done properly, but also it may be on a page that's not in your plan, or it may be on a page that doesn't really help you with your overall optimization goals. So no matter who you're working with, they have a team of people that have set number of hours that are supposed to work on your project. Their job is to prioritize how they spend their time. So let's say you start your website and you have 300 blog posts. And you say, well, are you going to go optimize all my blog posts? Most likely a good SEO agency is going to say no. What they will do is they will go to posts, and they do this in the back office or they do it in the front office, and they may search for a phrase, air conditioning, and they may search all of your posts and see what posts have the title air conditioning. And you'll notice here, this post, green. The reason this post is green and it's got a strong SEO check is because the title of this, air conditioning in Wilmington, North Carolina, air conditioning repair in Wilmington, North Carolina, and so forth. These are great pages. Now, this is just a holder, a placeholder. Air Quality Solutions is a placeholder. HVAC in Wilmington, North Carolina. That is a strong phrase. Aero sealing, and I'm just curious because I know this is not in your list, but let's go look. Oops. And of course, you guys would be listed. So you guys, here's your Aero Seal page, and this is now here. This is great. Aero Seal is a particular brand. The corporate Aero Seal, and hopefully I'm saying this right. The corporate web page is position and page number 1, and you own number 2 and number 3 slots for that particular phrase. I'm going to go ahead and go grab that just so you guys can monitor that as well. And there you go. So, nuts and bolts. If you think about this, so you have 2 pages. Number 1, you've got a tag that's creating this listing. So this has been tagged with Aero Seal, sealing. And then you also have a page, which is / Aero Seal. So here I was talking about your primary key phrases. Your home page is actually ranking for those primary top level phrases. In here, you have your secondary pages that are what's being indexed on Google. Google's going to tell you what it wants to see by highlighting that. So if the search phrase is Aero Seal Sealing Wilmington, North Carolina, and I'm going to get rid of sealing because I'm curious. Nice. I'll drop that in here as well. All right. So interior pages matter. Again, now you have your tag with Aero Seal and you have your primary page, and now you're actually beating out the dealer, or excuse me, your manufacturer. Okay. So on a particular page or post, let's go through and O'Brien, hopefully you're okay with me using your guys' site. I'll keep everything in a draft format and you guys can use it or not use it. What was the one that we wanted to see? If you can remind me, what page did we pull up? Air quality test, this one. All right. So we have an opportunity. We're not currently ranked at all for air quality test or air quality testing. Let me just double check that again. So we've got an opportunity for this particular phrase. So what I would do is I would go through here. The first thing I would do is create one page that is specifically for this. So you're going to take your primary key phrase and we're going to create a page title. Of course, you want it to look nice, so make sure you use all your caps right. Next, I'm going to click on visual, which is going to bring us up the text, and you'll notice it automatically is going to set what this phrase is. Now, I don't even think you need to have Wilmington, North Carolina in here because you're positioned so strong that I bet you we can get this to the front page of Google because your primary pages are optimized so well. I bet we can move this up relatively quickly. How many pages? So you have 56,000 pages for a local search. You have 59 million pages in a global search. All right, we'll go back to the back end. So I'm going to take air quality testing. I have it first in the page title right here. Your page title is going to show up right here. This is your page title. Okay. Next is going to be your permalink, which is right here. Your permalink is what shows up after the /. So right here, indoor air quality inspection. Now, I don't know whether indoor air quality inspection or air quality testing, I don't know which one has the higher number of searches and the least amount of competition, but that's something the SEO guys would look at, is which one do you want to concentrate on. So for any SEO plan, typically you're going to choose your primaries, your secondaries, and then as you gain a page one rank, you're going to look for opportunities to add additional key phrases into your plan so that you can continue to gain rank across a larger bandwidth of phrases. In the beginning, sometimes I'll have a client that wants to choose 40 key phrases and go after all of them at the same time. Unless you have a significant amount of resources, that's going to be really difficult. So it's better to choose a small group, maybe 5 or 10 key phrases, get those to a page one, position one rank, and then add different phrases. So you still have to perform SEO techniques and strategies on page and off page to maintain a page one, position one rank, because you do have hundreds of thousands typically of competitors that are also trying to go after that same spot, which there's only one of them in the world. There's only one spot for a page one, position one search for that particular key phrase. So you're always going to have to be fighting to maintain and hold those. A lot of times I'll see people that will, I hear stories constantly. I just got off the phone with a guy, they invested in an SEO plan for 6 months. They got their page one rank, they stopped their plan, and now they can't be found on Google. And so maintaining rank and not losing rank is not easy, but it's got to be done. All right. So indoor air quality inspection, I just want to check this one as well. And see if we have rank here. And we do not. It's not a phrase that's in plan, so we've got an opportunity. There we go. So the UV page is actually the page that's being ranked for this indoor air quality. So we've got an opportunity on this UV page to be able to make some modifications as well. All right. So we'll do this one first. We'll go ahead and do this one second. We'll do 2 pages at the same time so you can get an idea of how to focus on these particular phrases. Now this one we're doing as a post, and this one we're doing as a page. So let me move these side by side. So a page is going to be a static fixed asset for your website. There also is not a lot of junk in between your URL and your permalink. So it doesn't say what you don't want it. I just looked at a site the other day. This guy had, or no, it was today. It was this one, State Tax Group. This guy has done an awesome job. We did not build this website, but he's done an awesome job at putting together all of his pages. However, whoever set up his site, unfortunately, kind of junked it up by putting these long URL paths before you get to the primary search. So worst case scenario, you want it to say statetaxgroup.com/blog/alternative energy tax credits. And that's going to front load your primary key phrase, which is going to give you a heck of a lot better results than using the word capabilities, and then another drop down called practice areas, which this is just a menu structure mistake. This can be easily corrected. So these pages that have great content and are by individual or sub key phrase, these guys could be performing well if you just made some small changes. All right, so a page is going to be a static page with a shorter URL, and you can usually use this as a sales page. A post is going to be a dynamic blog post that gets added to a particular category that you add content to on a regular basis. Now, I'm on jenniferbagley.com over here, which I just noticed. Hang on, because I don't think I need to have indoor air quality inspection on jenniferbagley.com, but let's do this. Let me grab this. I'm going to close my own site, leave this page, and here I'm going to go new. You can either go new post from here, add new, or you can go up top and you can say new post. So we'll go up top and say new post. And this one says add new page. Pros and cons of pages and posts. You need one page per primary service, and you need as many supportive posts as possible. So here we'll go ahead and have indoor air quality inspection. As soon as I click in here, it's automatically going to have that in the permalink. Now, a post is going to, most likely, if you're on a social media plan, your social media team is going to be taking all of your blog posts, and they are going to be sending those out to your social media networks. So these typically are going to be a different format as far as the so you may have, let's see here, I'm trying to think of a good, that's already pretty long, but you may have a different title. Now, something to consider, you want to avoid really long page titles or post titles. Let me see if I can find somebody with an error. Actually, let me go to on-page optimization. These are not too bad. God, who was I looking at recently? I can't remember who I was looking at, but somebody had around 300 and something errors on their page views, or excuse me, on their page analysis, because they had titles that were extremely long. So this can be hard when you're doing FAQs. You may want to type a huge FAQ question into here, but if your title is too long, that's also going to hurt your SEO results. So first things first, front load your for example, top 3 tips, top 5, you can use a list format. You can use what to avoid, top 3 mistakes, our process, benefits, For example, I'm getting notices all over the board. Okay, now once I have this, so if this is my primary phrase, I'm going to first, and I'm going to show you how to do this very fast. So first, this is my primary phrase. It's in the title. It's in the permalink. Boom. I'm going to put it into the content. I'm going to add it 3 or 4 times. Some guidelines on posting. You want your page content to be between 500 and 1,500 words long. 1,500 is better. It's going to perform better than something that's 500. But you want to build up. So let's say that you have an opportunity this month to work on content for your project. If you've got 10 pages that are all ranked on page 2, and those pages all have 300 words on them, and you have 5 key phrases that are not in the top 50 pages, my recommendation is always go back to the lowest hanging fruit first. So go back to the page that has 300 or 500 words on it and add additional content to that particular page, and try and beef up that page and get that page from page 2 to page 1 of Google first. And then after you've got those primaries, so anything that's sitting on page 2, 3, 4, 5 of Google, get those to page 1 first before you try and take something that is not in the top 50 pages and you try and move it to the front of Google. All right, so I've got this phrase in here 4 times. It should actually be 5 times because you want to use your primary key phrase at least 1 time per 100 words. If you have a 500-word article, you want to use your primary phrase 5 times. A 1,000-word article, you want to use it 10 times, 15 and 1,500, and so forth. Your word count in a WordPress is right down here. So as you add additional content to your post, you're going to have your word count increase here. I'm going to choose my focus key phrase, so indoor air quality inspection. And before I've written one thing, I already have an article that has it in the heading, the page title, the URL, the meta description, and the content. So I'm going to go drop this in the description. I'm also going to look at what categories do they have. They don't have any categories that are indoor air quality, so I'm going to add that. A category is going to be a top level or secondary phrase that you plan on and are going to add content to on a frequent basis. Also, remember tags. We saw that O'Brien's site was showing up on page 1 of Google for a particular tag, so you want to add additional tags as well. So I'm going to add indoor air quality inspection. I'm going to add indoor air quality. I'm going to add air quality inspection. For your tags, you only want to use 1 primary phrase with a maximum of 7 variations. So I'm going to, and you don't need to overdo this. Sometimes I see people go add 300 tags. Don't worry about adding 300 tags. That actually can dilute the page's value. So on here, here's my 3, here's my tags. So I have indoor air quality inspection, indoor air quality inspection, air quality, and inspection. So very simply, we've got 5 tags. They fit to the point. And we're going to add this new category. So now I have indoor air quality as a particular category. And I'm going to save draft on this page. Boom, it is going to now. So you see what Google is going to take right here. So this is what Google is going to show up on Google for that particular phrase. Now, let's find a description. So let me give you an idea on an inscription. So we're going to go to Google and we're going to look at the Home Advisor as a, let's see here, find air in Wilmington to help you test your indoor air quality. So you'll notice descriptions kind of sound like Dr. Seuss' Cat in the Hat. I'm going to actually go grab this page 1. It doesn't make sense, but we're going to make it make sense. So it's over in characters by 3 characters. Now, instead of say find, I'm going to say the air quality testing pros in Wilmington, North Carolina. And then I'm going to say we we will help you test indoor air quality. All contractors are pre-screened. So there's an example. This is what would show up on Google. So I'm going to make this bigger so you can see this really well. On here, notice that whatever we're searching for, Google is highlighting them and showing them as bold. So each of the phrases that's used in your page title, in your permalink, and in your description, it's bolding how all those phrases are looked at. Very, very important. So here, you're going to see this is what we've created as the view to Google. So indoor air quality inspection benefits, indoor air quality inspection, the air quality testing pros in Wilmington, North Carolina. We've reworked in their location. We will help you test your indoor air quality. All contractors are pre-screened. That's more of a value proposition to the consumer. And you'll see here's your title. We don't have a ... here because we're not going too long. We're a little long on here. And that's because WordPress is automatically going to take your page title plus your site title. So the site title is right here. Anything after this dash. Over here, right here, this is anything after the dash. Now, I like this. This is their page title, and what they did is they force-fed their page title so that it's not going to take a combination of your page title plus your site title. And let me show you where site title is just so you get an idea what I'm talking about. Let's go into settings, general. I'm going to open this up in another page. Here's your site title. So it's under general settings. This is your main, that's what your website is called to Google. So you'll notice over here, it's automatically taking the page title. So it's grayed out because it's an auto select. It's taking this page title combined with your site title right here. And that's what it's giving as your SEO title. I don't want that to happen because I don't care necessarily about having O'Brien Service Company on this particular page. What I do want, oops, I did not like that at all. What I do want is I want to have indoor air quality inspection. So I'm going to go right here, indoor air quality inspection, and then I'm going to put in one of these little pipes. I'm going to say Wilmington and see. So notice that we just force changed our title. And the reason we did it like this is because when we're looking, we have the #1 search, which is this Home Advisor. And we use pieces of the description for here. And this is a listing system, so I don't care about using their permalink or their page title. However, this is the second listing in Google. They're doing something right. I noticed that they've got a random URL. So if their URL for their website was indoorairquality.com or indoorairqualityinspection.com, then I don't care. I don't want to look at that because that's a specific URL, and sometimes they can get away with better ranking because of their URL. What I want to look at is a random URL with a good page placement or a good rank placement, and I want to see what they did. So here, indoor air quality inspection with the little pipe and Wilmington, North Carolina. Boom. This one is done. Force fed here. Really good permalink. Really good description. I have no ... anywhere because I'm not over on. My SEO looks great. I have an article. I've got yes, 5 times used in the content. And here, I just finished a post. Now, Meredith, I'm so sorry to do this to you, but now you have an article to write. So everything is set up. You're in here. It's optimized perfectly. So this is starting with optimization first, creating content second, which is how I work. All right, next, let's go over to O'Brien Company. We're going to go here, the page title. So now we're doing a page, so this is different. The only difference in a page and a post as far as optimization is you do not have categories and you do not have tags. Everything else is identical. So I'm going to grab this title. I'm going to drop it here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're going to create your content using those phrases. Now, if it feels odd at first, don't worry about it, that'll change. So you can put stuff on the front of it and on the back of it. So you could say air quality testing is important because of blank. Some of the things to consider when choosing an air quality testing company are blank, blank, and blank. We always want to make sure when we're in the process of air quality testing that we check blank, blank, and blank. I hurt my brain. Let's see here. The top 5 things to avoid during an air quality testing is blank, blank, and blank. And lastly, when choosing an air quality testing contractor, make sure that they are blank, blank, and blank. There's your post. So that article's done, technically, in my mind, if I knew how to fit in all the blank, blank, blanks. Okay, so air quality testing. And now I'm doing this really slow, so I'm going to go in and show you how to do this very fast. Here's your focus key phrase. Here's your air quality testing. Here's your description. I'm going to go here. I'm going to put a pipe. I'm going to say Wilmington. And see, awesome. I've got a full check here, 5 times 111155. I'm going to save draft. I'm going to go to Google, and I want to see what to use for a description. So I'm going to grab this, and let's see here. I've got this, basically this, some of the same searches. I like this. Too long. You, my friend, if you go add the content on these posts, you're going to have a page 1 ranking. I'll shoot a note over to the guys and just tell them I want to do this as a test in no time. As soon as they get their hands on this, you'll be on page 1. Okay, indoor air quality testing. So I'm going to put this here, indoor air quality testing can be indoor air quality can be affected by a vast number of pollutants and contaminants. Okay, so I'm 6 over, but I like this. So I'm going to get rid of this. Indoor air quality. Indoor air quality can be affected by a vast number. Can be affected by pollutants and contaminants. Oh, shoot. Okay, we will perform a wide range. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to go back over here, and for this particular one, I'm going to go visit the front end of the website. Go. Meredith, paste your phone number to me. Actually, you know what? I got it. I'm going to grab this phone number. I'm going to go back to this post, and here I'm going to use my last. Okay, so what we did here, I'm going to get rid of can be and say is. All right, that's it. So 2 characters left. That's perfect. So, oh, I could have just done this. It still should be is affected by air. Perfect. Okay. Air quality testing front loaded. Indoor air quality is affected by air pollutants and contaminants. We'll perform a wide-ranging array of air quality tests. And then I put your phone number right in here. Great part is this will not even show up on your, this will most likely not even show up on your traffic report as a page that's getting any traffic, because for mobile searches, if somebody's pulling this up from a mobile device, they're going to do a search. They're sitting in their car, they're going to do a quick search, it's going to pop up, and what they're going to see in Google is this. Great part is, this is going to be a highlighted number on their phone. They're going to click this phone number and they're going to automatically call you. They're never even going to make it to your website. So if you ever need to use up a few phrases or a few letters, characters on a description, you can put a phone number in there, but don't overdo that. You can do that here and there. Primarily what you're looking for is these primary phrases in your page title, your permalink, used multiple times inside your description, and you now have a very well optimized article. I noticed on the right hand side I did not have to do pages, tags, or categories, but you've got a perfectly set up article to be able to optimize and add your content to that. So easy enough. Now, I could keep going. Let me just show you. So one of the things that we do is when our clients are adding content, so say, Meredith, you finish this and this key phrase happened to be within your plan, what you would do is you would go to that particular post. I'm going to go to all posts. This one's in a draft status, the one we just did. Let me go to what is a zone control system, and I'm going to go view post on here. So biggest thing, I saw that had 314 characters on it. This is a phrase I know you guys are going into, so try and bump this up. And good use of phrases, by the way. Try and bump this up to get it to 500 minimum, and that's going to help you a lot as well. Now, if somebody is looking for zone control system, for example, let's go see what you guys have on here. And I'm actually going to search for what is, because that's the name of your post. So what is a zone control system? So this post has a great question, a great Q&A. It's not on page 1 of Google. It's on page 2 of Google, and you own position number 7 and 8. So this one is one of those ones where I said I would spend time getting this one to the front of Google before I would start on something brand new, which is, I did the exact opposite in this training demo, going with your indoor air quality. However, I would take these. So what I would do here is, if this was in your plan, you would take this article, you would send it to us inside Basecamp, and what our team would do, holy pages, is we would go do an on-page evaluation of this particular page. So this is zone control system, and we're going to grade this page. So anytime you guys create a page or a post, and this is saying that this is not currently included in your plan, would you like to include it in your plan? I'm going to say yes. And it's going to evaluate this page. So it gives you an A grade. You've got the page in the title, in the URL, meta description, in the body, and in the alt tag. So the page has been optimized. Let's see here if there's any checks. Right here, optimal title length, that's fine. H1, keyword placement in place. So we could be using more content and have a higher density usage of key phrases inside that post to get better results. But really, if you've got a page or a post that has an A grade but is on page 2 of Google, all you need to do is add that into your plan and let the guys go through and start doing off-page optimization. So the 3 things Google cares about: are you relevant? That's the content and how it's labeled properly. Are you current? Which is how frequently you're adding new content. And please trust quality before quantity. I'd rather have quality content pages than quantity. And the third thing is are you trusted? So if we're able to get it to a page 2, and we want to really get that rank up to a page 1 listing, what you need to do in that case is to have off-page optimization done, which is the guys are taking this article, they're submitting it to directories, they're trying to get other websites to pick it up as a quality resource. They're shooting it out through your social media networks and really trying to build the links or the backlinks to this particular page or post. Now, We've only got 10 minutes left. So now I want to talk about, hopefully you've got a good idea as far as choosing key phrases, a good setup for very fast content additions to your page. But let's talk about conversions, because this is important and often missed. If you have an interior page on or post on Google that is performing in a page 1, position 1 place, you know that's an entry point for people getting to your website, meaning they're going to Google, they're typing in what is a zone control system, and they land on this page. Now you need to switch gears and you need to think about conversions. So first is identifying key phrases. Second is creating the content. Third is on-page optimization. Fourth is off-page optimization. And fifth is let's get this baby to perform for conversions. So what I would personally do, and what a lot of our clients do, is once they gain a page 1 rank for a primary key phrase, they have us do a custom interior page or sales page, a conversion page design. And we custom design and develop an interior page. Instead of it just having a picture and to get an estimate and what is a zone control system, and it's not really stylized, it's not really, there's no call to actions inside of it, or there might be, but no one's going to read that inside. What you would want to do is have the guys, you create all the content and have them custom design a beautiful landing page. Think about it. It's on the home page or it's on the front page of Google. That's the entry point. You want this thing to convert. If they were looking for what is a zone control system or what is an indoor air quality test, you want the second that they land on that page, it's exactly the key phrases they were looking for. You want this page to convert. The layout and design, this is an entirely different process when you're talking about creating conversion pages. Having a custom designed page with, let's see here, someone that, DFW Security is a really great example of them. They do custom designed pages. They probably submit, I would say, 4 or 5 a month that they want us to design interior pages for these. So every month when they have a new page rank that's performing well, they'll go and say, I want you to design, and I don't know which one's which, so I'll just guess. But they pick that home page or that first page position, and they have us do a custom design for that particular page. So let's see if we can find one. For example, if you came to this page and all it was a picture at the top and just a bunch of text on the page, it's not going to have as high a conversion. However, if you land on smart security system and you're looking for a smart security home automation system, and you get here, you've got wireless monitoring, two-way voice connection, tamper-resistant, geo services. This is the same information you could have in a big, long text-based page, excuse me, but we can convert it to a very nicely designed page that gives them images, graphics, it highlights, it's got maybe a link, it's got a video, plus it has text, plus it has a call to action on it. So on this page, if this is a position 1 page, that's great. If this drops in rank because we remove content, then you keep your custom design pages above the line and you put your content below the fold, and you still get the best of both worlds. You've got a page that converts quickly through sidebars, through your interior design and so forth, and you have a page that is performing well on Google, or that continues to perform well on Google. So that's something to consider as well. I know Barbie Decker right now, we've got, she's got 5 primary key phrases that she owns a position 1 rank for. So for barbiedecker.com, those 5 primary key phrases, first she chose the phrases, then she did the content, then she did on-page SEO, then off-page SEO, then now her next step is a custom design. I just saw the same thing with Sagi Khalif, the Body Beast, and he's got a book that he's launching, so he's doing a custom design for that. It's an inexpensive way to get your website to be improved over time, is to have, most of the time when a web company is doing a design, they're designing your home page, they design a general layout for an interior page, they design a blog page, and your contact us page. But your interior pages, you want to keep adding designs to those and improving the overall visual appearance as the performance increases for each one of those pages as well. You guys, with that, we've got 5 minutes left. Does anybody have any questions so far before we wrap this up? If you do, go ahead and put them in the chat window. I'm watching you guys on chat right now. If you've got questions, go ahead and throw those out. Other than that, just your short recap. So your short recap is first identifying what are the categories that you want your website to fit into. So for an HVAC company, an HVAC contractor, HVAC services, HVAC company would be your primaries. Your secondaries would be your top level services. So that may be heating, air conditioning, indoor air quality, commercial, HVAC, and so forth. And then your third, which is your variations. Your variations would be installation, repair, maintenance, warranty, systems, and so forth. And then finally is going to be your supportive content, which is your blog content that supports. That is the what is the best, what to look for, what's the difference between a blank and a blank, so between ductless and induct, and so forth. And that's where blog content comes into play. You have blog content and knowing the difference. Blog content that's designed for social and blog content that's designed for search. They're two different strategies. So that's first and foremost. Next is gaining a first page position 1 ranking for your primary phrases, focusing on making sure that the quality of the content is most important and the quality of the design of the page is most important once those pages start to perform. So you don't want to have a blank or a generic looking page on something you own a page 1, position 1 rank for, or that is a big waste of space, a big waste of resources. So take the time to get it designed properly, create the landing page, and do it right each time you gain those positions in rank. Finally, I'm going to say when it comes to marketing efforts, remember you'll notice I always talk about prioritization. The next time you go to a conference, a trade show, you read a book, you watch a webinar, and somebody's boasting and bragging about some particular marketing effort, it may be how to use unique personalized URLs for mailer campaigns. It may be how to leverage Facebook to grow your business. It may be pay-per-click campaigns, retargeting campaigns, whatever it is. Just remember, don't get too excited when you see the next marketing a training, strategy, conference, whatever it is. No one can help you properly identify your marketing strategy unless there is a strategy call, unless you have someone that has enough business sense to be able to evaluate where are you currently positioned, what are all the assets that you have, what are all the things that are not assets nor drains, what are all the drains that you have. So for example, if your website has a ton of errors or issues, you may be spending money on a marketing campaign. Well, your crawl diagnostics on your page has errors and errors and errors. So for example, on this particular page, we don't just work on proactive things. We're constantly trying to reduce the number of errors and issues on the page as well. So when we first started, we had over 300 high priority issues, and now we have 8 high priority issues. So that continues to go down, and there's only 8 duplicate content issues, and we'll have 301 redirects put on those. But you also have to be monitoring what are the things that are possibly preventing you from excelling in yours. So you have to play offense. You also have to play defense. But as I was saying, just remember, the only way you are going to improve your results is going to be those strategy conversations. For those of you who are on a marketing program with us, when Kathy or someone from our team reaches out and says we want to have a strategy call, those strategy calls are when you can ask as many questions as you have, brainstorm, and we need to be looking at what can you do next to better improve your performance? What's working, what's not working, what needs fixed? How can you play a role? How can we play a role in continuing to improve your performance? But there is no such thing as a wham, bam, thank you, ma'am, one-shot deal in getting your SEO campaigns, your digital marketing, your web, your overall marketing strategies in place. So make sure that you are beyond upfront and honest about all the different marketing activities that you have so that that business strategist can help you prioritize and create a list. What are we going to do next quarter? What are we going to do next quarter? What are we going to do next month? So make sure and attend those meetings. Make sure and be open to advice. And those meetings really need to be, let's look at what's working, again, what's not, and let's devise a plan for the next session. And that may be investing in additional key phrases or custom design pages. It may be giving you guys advice on what pages or posts to go back to improve the content on those and so forth. Or it might be just getting new content. You may not have enough content on your site. You can do that yourself. You can outsource it and so forth. But with that, I hope this was a thorough and comprehensive overview of some basic on-page optimization strategies to help take you to the next level. Meredith, you were the first one on the call, so I appreciate you not actually volunteering, but volunteering and not telling me to stop to use your website as the demo site. You've got a couple pages, or a page and a post to write content for, and I'd love to monitor the results for those pages as you get those done, and let's see if we can bump those up to a page 1, position 1 rank for you as well. With that, everybody else, I appreciate you attending today. I look forward to our next strategy call, and we will see you next week. Thank you, guys.